How is everyone today? So we are back with Dark Knight, and I'm still trying to get Kurato's romantic ending, even though I accidentally got it, but yeah, in a normal way. So yeah, without further ado, let's just switch and go. And since we are redoing it, there are things that we have nothing new on the gallery, since, like I said, we kinda already got some stuff, so let's just go. March, it's this one, okay. After telling him not to do anything stupid while I'm away, I grabbed my shop bag and head out. I wonder what I should buy for him. I forgot to ask what he likes to wear. The masquerade ball is in a few weeks. Maybe I should buy something that can double as both formal and casual wear. Wait, isn't that an indirect way to ask him out to the ball? Oh well, if I don't mention it, he won't know. It takes a while to get everything, and the sky is already dark when I leave the store. I cannot help but grin at the bags in my hands. I had fun picking out different parts of Kurato's outfit. When I walked through the men's section earlier, the shopkeeper asked if I was shopping for my boyfriend, but I simply brushed it off. On the way home, I noticed a familiar small blonde boy walking ahead of me. Since we are both heading in the same direction, perhaps we can walk together. I almost reached him when I suddenly tripped on the bumpy ground. What? Surprised, Kaisha turns around and extends his thin arms to catch me. It does not work very well because he falls back, unable to support my weight, and both of us hit the ground with my chest crushing his face. Oh, that hurts. Are you alright, Kaisha? I roll off his small body and get up. His flustered face looks up at me, clearly annoyed about this incident. I pick him up, like a little puppy, and wipe the dust off his uniform. I'm sorry. Body slamming people is an unusual way of greeting them. It was an accident. Kaisha lets out a sigh and rubs the back of his head. Straightening his tie, he picks up the grocery bags I drop and hands them to me. For a child, you can be polite. I guess Kaisha isn't always that grumpy. Thank you. What brings you here? I just did some shopping. When I saw you, I thought we could walk together. We're not friends. You don't need to be friends to walk beside each other on the street. Whatever, do what you want, but don't think this means I like you. So, who do you consider a friend? No one. Oh, that's sad. I don't need your pity. Having friends doesn't define one's happiness. As we continue down the street, silence settles between us. Even though he insists we are not friends, he does not complain about my presence. Our first meeting didn't go well, but now I feel like I'm getting to know him more. He seems like an interesting person. As we pass by an alley, someone accidentally grabs Kashi's arm and pulls him in. The alley is between two buildings wide enough for a car to go through. I react quickly and go after him. Halfway into the alley, a man stands in the dark, holding Kaishi in a fierce grip. I cannot see his face from where I stand, but when he speaks, his voice is fierce and demanding. Give me all your money or your friend gets hurt. Oh, we're not really friends. Be quiet! Suddenly the man is bringing a knife to Kaishi's neck. Oddly enough, Kashi does not show any sign of fear. He simply turns away with bored eyes, as if this was all nothing more than a mild inconvenience. I drop my bags and show my empty pockets. I had hidden my wallet in an inner pocket, and I pray he does not notice. I don't have much money. This kid's an elite, yeah? He must be rich. Call his family and tell him I want money, or I'll send him home in pieces. Don't listen to this guy. He probably doesn't even know how to use that knife. Hey, you think I'm joking? Without warning, the man grabs the front of Kashi's shirt and shoves him against a wall, pinning the boy with a knee into his stomach. Kashi coughs, his shoulders shaking. His small body looks so fragile, like it could break at any moment. Now do what I say and call this boy's family. I give Kashi a panicked glance. He looks so badly hurt. I catch someone glancing out of their window, but they quickly close the curtains, perhaps not wanting to get involved. Okay. At least call the police. The situation is getting out of hand. Maybe this is a bad idea, but I don't have a phone with me, but Kashi does. If you want me to make a call, I need to get it from him. I slowly approach them. The man flinches at first, but only keeps an eye on me. I see him lowering the knife to his side. My heart beats nervously, but somehow I feel confident. Once I'm close enough, I take a better look at the man's face. He has a diamond-shaped tattoo below his left eye. I will have to remember it so I can turn him in later. Hey, don't get too close! I brutally raise my leg and strike his wrist, causing the man to drop the knife. Kicking it into the darkness distracts him, and I use his opportunity to strike his groin? I don't know what that is. I only know this now. I grab Kashi's hand and pull him away from the man's grip. I continue pulling on his hand as we quickly try to get away. Stop or I'm going to shoot. His voice makes us turn around. The man has a gun pointed at us. What? Where did he get the gun? Those don't allow to carry weapons. But run. Are you crazy? The man shoots once at the wall as a warning. We freeze at the sound of the impact. Damn, we can't escape from this. Silently the man falls forward and hits the ground, pinned down by someone behind him. I could never miss our rescuer's distinctive appearance. Shane! Shane cuffs the man within his grip and takes the gun out of his hands. He snorts before throwing his cold gaze at us. The man attempts to get free, but Shane shoves the man's face against the ground. Despite the man's struggle, it's clear Shane has a upper hand. With his free hand, Shane takes a knife and pockets it. I thought he would question us, but he pulls up the offender and leaves without saying a word. My gaze follows them until they walk out of the alley. Jeez, that guy is so professional, but scary at the same time. Hi Sig, how are you? Thank you for the hydration. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I was stream earlier, I was lurking. Hey Kashi, are you okay? Without waiting for an answer, I take out the handkerchief and gently wipe away the blood from Kashi's neck. I crouch down and gently put a hand over his stomach. He looks at me with half-lit eyes. What are you doing? That man hit you pretty hard, so I'm just checking. Kashi bats my hand away. you could be suffering an internal you could be suffering an internal injury. Let me take you to the hospital. I'm fine. Don't treat me like I'm made of eggshells. But I said I'm fine. Besides, I wasn't in any real danger. Huh? I'm tougher than I look. Besides, he was an amateur, judging from his way of handling the situation. Tashi sighs and turns away from me. His worries are nothing to my worries. Thanks for your concern, but it's unnecessary. My body may be weak, but it will heal. You should go home. No need to waste your time on me. I'm used to this sort of thing anyway. Used to this? This happens to you a lot? Tashi rolls his eyes and glares at me. Currently, I live alone in a villa, which gives most people the impression that I'm rich. Or I have a family that is. They also think I'm an easy target, since I'm small and weak. Did your parents go somewhere? I don't have... Never mind. I'd like to know more about you. Kashi goes quiet. I retrieve the bags and I drop them together. We walk out of the alley. I must admit, you are pretty good back there. I never expect you to go and to have the guts to attack that man. I'm not fond of people like that, so I didn't bother to hold back. Well, I owe you this one. We walked side by side. The event had scared me a bit, but I'm glad Shane was there. I start to understand Kashi's stoic attitude. As someone who often deals with such situations, he must have nerves of steel. I glance at the little boy. Perhaps my worries are not necessary. After a short while, we part ways. I drop my grocery bags in the kitchen and call for Kurato. Only silence answers me. When I enter the living room, something brushes against my leg. Eek. I quickly flip the light switch, but I do not see anything around. I'm sure that was a cat. I should catch it. The guest room's door is wide open. I go there to check. Kurato? What are you doing? I see Kurato bowing over the window. He stumbles back when he hears my voice. I almost fell out of the window. You see? Never mind, I don't even want to know. I hope you like the clothes I bought for you. He takes the bags of clothing from me. I wait in the living room as Kurato changes. I did not ask for his clothing size, but I have seen him barely dressed enough times to guess. I wonder how he'll look. I examine Kurato as he approached me. I whistle at his new look. It completely changes his image. The outfit matches him well, making him look gentler. Kurato picks at his sleeves, a joking smile on his face. Are you trying to turn me into a butler? Right, this is Kurato. No amount of good clothes can conceal his personality. No, I'm trying to turn you into a special investigator rather than a stray cat in an overcoat. Hey, it wasn't that bad. So, do you like it or not? Well, especially bought it for me. It would be rude to reject it. I notice that Kurato tie is crooked. Doesn't he know how to tie it properly? Sighing loudly, I move closer and grab his tie, fixing it for him. He blushes but stands still. By the way, have you seen an animal in the house? Nope. Have you? I've felt something furry brush past me a couple of times now, but I haven't actually seen it. Let me know if you find it. I don't want wild animals running around in here. Yes, ma'am. I remember the open window in Kurato's room. No wonder something snuck in. Keep the windows closed. It's cool enough in the house. But... Understood? If you're actually keeping a pet in secret, I will kill you. Do you dislike pets? Did you hear what I just said about killing you? Yeah? That night, Kurato stays in my room again, never leaving for even a second. Maybe Kurato is worried that another ghost might come for me. I tell him to go to sleep, as it has been a while since the murder occurred. However, he refuses to abandon his duty, as if afraid something might happen soon. The next day. During the lunch break, Leoji approaches me with a serious face. Can we talk for a moment? What is it, Leoji? We go to the hallway with fewer people. Okay, Diviana, don't freak out, but you might be getting a call from the police within the next few days. Why? Leoji pauses for a moment. He takes his phone out of his pocket, tapping on the screen before showing me a photo of a man. His face is only vaguely familiar, but I recognize the diamond tattoo below his left eye. It was the man who attacked me and Kashi yesterday. Have you seen him before? Yeah, I saw him. Why? Is that? Someone from the office told me that he was last seen with a girl and I think the witness said a small boy? The description of the girl matches you, and now you just confirmed that you know him. Did Shane say something? Wait, there was someone who saw the scene but did nothing. Technically, Shane is the last person the mugger saw. The witness must have not watched it till the end. This is so unfair. They should be investigating Shane. Does this mean I'm under suspicion of murder? No, but the police might ask you a few questions about it. I just thought of telling you beforehand. Besides, you would never do anything stupid as murder. In any case, I have an alibi. My guard was with me the whole night. Who's your guard, actually? Should I tell him? Then again, Kurato is my alibi. I might as well say it's to save myself. His name is Kurato Akaze. He raises one eyebrow after hearing the name and rubs his chin. What? Is something wrong? Yaji smiles apologetically and shakes his head, avoiding the topic. Kurato is more carefree than Shane, and I have only seen him in action once. Other than that, I know nothing about him. Liaji seems to have an idea. This might be a good chance to ask. What do you know about him? How can I trust my guard if I know nothing about him? You've got to the point. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else about his private life. Seems like I have not figured it out myself. I feel like a stalker. It doesn't help that Kurato won't tell me himself. After school, I go to the library. Maybe I can find something there. Personal information is not available to the public, so I have to ask for permission before I can access the database. Luckily, the librarian set my excuse. I searched the archives for a while, but to my disappointment, there is nothing useful. All his age and student information are displayed. I cannot even find his address. He said before that he had a place. Now I wonder if he is actually homeless. As for family, he was adopted into the Akaze family as his only child. Since he is adopted, it makes sense that his prior life is difficult to find in the archives. While browsing through newspaper archives, one article catches my attention. It's dated back into the 18th century. The page displays a section about missing people. While skimming through the photos and names, my eyes stop at one name, Kurato. You again? I hear a familiar voice and quickly put the document away. Turning around, I see Kaishi standing there with a book in hand, eyeing me curiously. Just some research, by the way. How is your injury? I told you, I wasn't hurt. He moves closer with a serious face and lowers his voice. Are you under suspicion of murder too? Huh? What did you know? I got questioned about it by the police. I want to know if you were too. Not yet. Say, Diviana, do you think I killed him? I could have chased him down after we parted ways last night, you know? I had to save you after that man easily overpowered you. You couldn't kill anyone if you tried. Do you think I killed him? Don't ask the obvious. You're not capable of that. Guess Kaishi trusts me. After Kaishi leaves, I return to the article about missing people. Kurato on Myodo, age 8, missing as of July 8, 1742. Presumed dead. The missing boy looks just like Kurato did when he was little, but the story is way too old to be about him. The next article I find is about a Kurato that I know. It is a complaint describing the controversy surrounding his adoption. It seems some people wanted him sent to another city entirely about the new identity, so the villagers were cautious. In the end, someone was willing to take him in. Anonymous villager. This little kid. We don't know who he is, or where he came from. He's suspicious as hell. I don't like that brat. And I can't believe that Kaza couple took him in. How can people even complain about adoptions? I guess people will complain about anything, it's just a matter of finding someone who will listen. Browsing through the newspaper articles, I found a report about an incident from a few years ago. During a training camp in the forest, Kurato went missing with his partner. He returned alone after several months. Kurato claimed he did not know what happened to his partner, and the case went cold shortly after. The deeper I dig, the more questions arise. His background is shrouded in mystery. There are more reports in the archives, but the library is closing soon. It seems I have to head home. I'm back. When I enter the living room, a strange smell hits me. The smell gets stronger as I step into the living room. Then I realize what is going on, and I rush to the kitchen. Don't tell me you are burned. Kurato turns around and greets me with an innocent smile. Welcome home, dear. I'm not your dear. Well, dear, while you were away, I prepared dinner. Wow, you didn't blow up my kitchen. Of course I didn't. I didn't even set anything on fire. I glanced at the odd-looking fish on the kitchen counter. How could he waste those ingredients? I was going to use them this week. I rubbed my forehead, grimacing at what he had made. It doesn't look very edible. I suppose he wanted to surprise me with a meal? Well, it's the thought that counts. Thanks for your hard work, but let me take care of the rest. Hold on, have a taste of this first. He gives me a plate with fish chopped in pieces. It looks really suspicious. I wonder if I can eat this or not. All I know is that it is prepared wrong. I ask what he added to the fish, but he refuses to tell me unless I try it. He put so much effort into it, I might as well take a bite. Such a strange texture, but I admit it tastes good. I knew you'd like it. Well, the secret ingredients... I cover his mouth before he spoils it. I think I'm better off not knowing. I'll forgive you, but only because you didn't make a mess of my kitchen. Yep, now you can't say I'm useless anymore. You're useful enough as my guard, not to mention you're my guest. I don't know why you're doing this, but I'll take more than that to win me over. Besides, you look out of place here, especially that outfit. At least wear an apron when cooking. He smiles apologetically. but I have to admit, it does look cute. I took over the cooking while Kurato stands by, watching. He leans against the kitchen counter and snacks on the wraps he made. It does not take long before I finish the dish and we move to the living room. I heard from my team that there's been another murder last night. You should be careful on your way home. Do you need me to pick you up? No, it's fine. Alright, should I mention what happened last night? He's an investigator. He can clear me of suspicion. By the way, that guy was a mugger, and I ran into him on my way home last night. I think your people suspect me of killing him. What? Why didn't you tell me that yesterday? Nothing serious happened. He was arrested in the end, and I didn't get hurt. Kurato blinks in disbelief for a moment, or recovering his composure. He rubs his chin in thought. He must be concerned that I did not tell him right away. I expect a scolding, but instead he gives me an apologetic look. I'm sorry that I wasn't there to help you. I don't know what I'd do if you had gotten hurt. I can't even imagine you as a killer. And I was with you the whole night. I should talk to my team. Was anyone else around? I was with Kaishi, and Shen was the one who arrested him. At least we can scratch you off from the list. I can't speak from Kaishi though. I'm glad to have an alibi. Tonight I'm going out for a bit. Shen will look after you, okay? I'll make sure he keeps you safe. Let me guess. You can tell me what you'll be up to? Let's say investigator business. You are so secretive sometimes. Hi Zev, how is stream going? Because you're streaming, right? I saw you going on. What are you playing? Just sharing, okay. I am a man of mystery. Before Kurato leaves, he lets me know that Shane is watching from a distance, and if anything should happen, I just need to scream. Then he is gone, and the place suddenly feels empty. I watch the two of them talk outside for a bit. It always puzzles me that Kurato gets along with Shane. At least, I'm reassured that Shane is keeping an eye on me. I look at the clock, which shows 9 p.m. The streets become more dangerous the later it gets. Hopefully Kurato will return soon. I wonder where Shane is hiding. He might encounter the murderer if he's standing guard outside. Out of curiosity, I shove my curtains aside and glance out the window. There is no one on the street. There's no need to worry about him. He's trained for such situations. All this restlessness is making me feel thirsty. I go to the kitchen to get a glass of water. When I step into the living room, I catch a sight of something running across the floor. It is too dark to see clearly, but it seems like some sort of odd animal. Suddenly, appearance catches me off guard. Eek! After I scream, I hear noises from the back door. The next moment, someone runs into the living room. Shane? Calling again, he examines his surroundings. After a few seconds, he lowers his weapon, shiftily returning it to the holster of his belt. Brushes his head and turns to me with a dark expression. I totally forgot it would come if I screamed. Sorry, it was a mistake. An animal startled me. I didn't mean to scream, sorry. He stares at me in silence. It's gone now, so everything's fine. Shane sighs, shaking his head before looking at me again. I'm staying with you until that guy gets back. What? His cold gaze stays on me as he makes his way to the couch. I can't sleep comfortably like this. Kurato invading my privacy is already bad enough, now Shane too? Speaking of Kurato, this is a perfect chance to ask about him. I barely get to see Shane, so I can't waste this chance to dig in for answers. Hey Shane, you and Kurato are good friends, right? Shane keeps staring at me, but it does not reply. I assume it is a yes, because it does not deny it. I was wondering, how did he get his job? Shane lets out another sigh and turns away from me. Hi Wolfie, how are you? Thank you for the work. Is he going to ignore me? I stare at him, waiting for an answer, but Shane remains silent. Could it be he dislikes me? Or does he just not want to talk? Hey, at least say something instead of flat out ignoring me. I reach out to tap his shoulder. In the blink of an eye, Shane grabs my wrist, shifts his legs and shoves me down. And suddenly, I'm leaning on my back, caged below him as he stares down at me. I scream around in an attempt to get free, but he uses his body weight to limit my movements. What are you doing? Get off me! Before I can raise my fist, he secures my wrists with one hand, pinning them to the couch above my head. I try to kick him, but the legs lock my own in place. How did he even know to block that? This guy is on a whole other level. He's so close I can hear his distorted breath. I expect him to make another move, but he stares at me without a word. I feel flustered under his gaze. Then Shane pulls away, returning to his previous position as if nothing happened. That was disappointing. What do you mean? I was testing you. You're way too slow and weak to kill that guy. My heart is racing as I slowly sit up. I heard that man is dead. I was with Kurato since last night. You could have just asked him. Thanks for saving us again, by the way. If you hadn't been there, we might have been seriously hurt. Just doing my job. I'm glad to finally hear a reply, but I still have not gotten the answer I wanted. By the way, what happened last night? You had him in your custody. How did he get away from you? Really? You are not going to tell me anything about what happened? Even after letting the police believe I killed him? It does not look like he will take anytime soon. Does not look like he will talk anytime soon. So I give up and I'm questioning him. Feels like I'm talking to myself, so I decide to go upstairs. Just as I stand up, he suddenly speaks. Investigators are the backbone of the police force. Because of that, it isn't easy to get this job, but somehow Kurato managed it. He's skilled now, but before that incident, it was more or less dull. What incident? He went missing for a few weeks. They found him in the forest. Since then, he's been different. If you want to know, you should ask him yourself. I never told you about it? No? I resign myself to the fact that I will not get any real answers from him and drop the topic. When I go to my room, Shane stays in the hallway. If I need him, I can call for him. A while later, after taking myself into bed, I hear footsteps in the hallway. One pair fade away while another heads to my room. My door slowly opens and Kurato enters. He drops down on the chair by the desk and then buttons his coat. Welcome back. Are you okay? Yeah. You look exhausted. He covers his face with one hand and lets out a deep breath. He's usually energetic. This is the first time he does not respond to me. The poor guy must have been tough, but been through a lot. Where is Shane? Ah, it's work. It's okay to skip your duty tonight. You should get some rest. But can't. The fact that he insists on staying with me, even though his body is falling off the edge of the chair, is touching. I get up, fetching a blanket for my protector. It's still weird you have to watch me so close. I will let you stay for tonight, but you're sleeping in your own room from now on. Kurato smiles slightly before his eyes fall shut. Watching him sleep soundly, I too fall into deep sleep. Everything is black around me, as if I'm in an infinite dark space. Catch something in the distance, a faint light, and a silhouette in front of it. All I can do is watch as it looms closer. Kurato? Gazes at me softly before reaching out his hand. I reach out to take it, then flinch when I see that it is stained with blood. I realize that he is speaking, but I cannot hear the words. I slowly step away as everything fades out. It was just a dream. Kurato is in the same position in the morning, still asleep. I decide to let him be and prepare for school. This time, prepare breakfast with Kurato in mind and leave it in the kitchen table before heading home. Usually tea and scrambled eggs with veggies. That should replenish his strength. At school, I notice my classmates whispering at their desks. I can vaguely make out the words dead and unknown. They must be talking about a murder that occurred a few days ago. Georgie tells me that one of the officers cleared me of suspicions last night. However, someone else is under surveillance. Does not know who, but I feel like it might be Kaishi.
Viviana, are you okay? Yoshi said you were involved in an accident.
Also, I noticed something. They talk a lot the fact that Ikuya's brother is on the elite class, but I noticed that Ikuya's uniform is also different from ours, and we aren't on the elite class, and then we know that the elite class has very specific uniforms that make them stand out more. So I'm assuming that just like her brother, Ikuya also was allowed to the elite class. So I think Ikuya is also in the elite class. However, she wants to have a normal life, so she goes to our class, even though she doesn't need to. In terms of Ryoji, I can't tell if he's in his class or not. I know that we aren't, because we pretty much get to know that we aren't on elite class. I can't know about Ryoji because I don't have like any guys with a normal uniform to compare to, because all the other guys that we bump into are in elite class, so I can't tell if Ryoji's uniform is normal or not. But Ikuya's uniform is different from ours. So I'm assuming just like her brother, she also went to the elite class. I was involved in a mugging a couple days ago, and the culprit was found dead shortly after. I was under suspicion for a bit. Ryoshi was just telling me that I've been cleared. How'd the guy get away from Shane anyway? I thought Shane's a murderer, but this is too weird. Head to the school canteen for lunch. With Kurato at home, my food seems to disappear at a not stunning rate. And I did not have enough left to prepare lunch after making his breakfast. This guy. On my way, I bump into Roy and I almost drop my wallet. He gives me an apologetic smile and asks if I'm alright. I need to be wary around him. Ah, Miss Iviana. Hi Roya. Are you heading to the canteen? Yeah, I forgot to bring my lunch today. In that case, take this. Someone prepared the lunchbox for me, but I don't need it. Oh my god. Roy pushes a decorated box into my hand. Judging from the cutesy design, it looks like a confession gift. Someone must like him a lot to go all the way to make this. This food was made specially for you. I can't accept it. Just take it. I don't really feel like having it. I'd rather eat something else. His deep gold eyes are pinned on me while he leans closer. Despite the mischievous grin on his face, his tone sounds far from teasing. I reflexively step back. I shouldn't make such jokes. You're such a pervert when we're alone. Well, since you insisted, thank you for the lunchbox. It will be your responsibility if your admirer found out you gave it away. Right. If you'll excuse me, I'm heading back to my classroom. Hold on. There's something I want to tell you about that mugger. Huh? I'm the one who took out the trash. You mean he murdered that man? Would you still call it murder if he had a questionable history? That is not for you to decide. Besides, shouldn't have already arrested him. His death brought me and Kaishi under suspicion. Really, Roya, you shouldn't have done that. Don't worry. I'll be a good boy and turn myself in. How are you going to explain yourself? Aw, are you worried about me? Careful, Diviana, or I'll start thinking you like me. I actually came here for other business, but it's always a pleasure to see you. What did you come here for then? I saw Kurato around the other day, so I thought, if you want to tell him something, I can pass a message. Thank you, but no, it is rather personal. Not like you're planning on confessing to him. What are you talking about? Ah, I see. There is something else I want to confess, but I won't tell you. And just like that, it ditches. He winks at me and walks off before I can respond. Not that I have anything to say to him. His words leave me confused. He seems like a simple person on the surface, but I wonder if he hides something deeper. I'm not obviously to his flirting, but it can be serious, right? I remove the pink ribbon around the lunchbox and open the lid. Inside are various side dishes with rice. There is even a heart-shaped dessert. I have not seen Roy in school until recently. This person must be familiar with him to time his gift right. I feel bad for taking it, but it might be even worse if she found it in the trash bin. I head to the library after class. I need to borrow a few books for my history assignment. Mr. Blanchett has been going easy on me, but I do not want to fall behind. After finishing my homework, I reach home to find Kurato getting ready to leave. Are you feeling better? Yeah, I slept the whole day. All day? Did you miss your shift? It's fine. I got someone from another department to cover for me. Besides, I have an appointment tonight. Shiny will be here soon to look after you. Can I do anything? Don't worry about that. You probably have homework to do. I finished it while it was at the library. You're so stubborn. Kurato scratched the back of his head, brow forward in thought. I thought it was more comfortable with sharing things, but it still keeps a lot from me. Cross my arms and pout. Yesterday I stopped by the office to submit my testimony and cleared up that you were with me the night of the murder. Then I had to talk to my supervisor and check in with the witness and file some reports, and it just kept dragging on. I hope this relieves your worries a bit. Thank you. I know you're only supposed to protect me from suspicious people, so I really appreciate you going out of your way like this. You're so extra, Kurato. You get a little kiss on the forehead. I love kiss on the forehead. Gently leans forward, and I feel a warm touch on my forehead. It takes me a moment to process what just happened. I'm too confused to form proper sentence. What was that? Does it... my bad. It just looked so cute. He pulls back and smiles before leaving the house. Wait, no, of course not. And now he's getting away. Did he really think that would stop me from coming after him? If he's hiding something from me, I want to know. I peek out the window and see no sign of Shane. Good, it seems he isn't here yet. Better catch up to Kurato before I lose track of him. Kurato has not gone very far, and strides through the street, greeting people on the way. Moving around it makes me feel like a stalker though. This is pretty normal. Maybe he isn't... Wait, why are we at... Why are we at the mansion? I have been here before, but there is a softer atmosphere this time. Almost feels like a different place compared to last time. The front doors are wide open like an invitation. I follow Kurato inside, but then lose sight of him. It is my first time entering the mansion. And like the outside, this place looks well organized and clean. I wonder if someone actually lives here. I quietly roam around looking for Kurato. No one appears to be on the first floor, so I quietly move upstairs. There are numerous doors along the hallways, indistinguishable from each other. Each turn brings me to another similar-looking hallway. I open a few doors, but most of the rooms are empty. One of the rooms has a white piano. I'm curious. How did we went around the house, but we did not find any dead bodies? When Roya said that they clearly had the dead bodies. The lack of dust means it has been used recently, though I do not bother looking too deep into it. This feels like searching for a needle in a haystack. Maybe I should give up? I realize I walked in a circle when I end up at the stairs again. Suddenly I feel a tap on my shoulder and quickly turn around. How sweet of you to pay me a visit. You should have called first. I would have welcomed you at the door. Roy? I wasn't expecting you. You mean to say you weren't expecting me in my own room? Then pray tell, who are you expecting? My little brother, perhaps? I didn't know you had a little brother. He's a little shy, but I can call him if you wish. It's not necessary. I thought that Roya's eyes shift as he tittles his head. Something distracts his attention. Oh, Kurato is here. Perfect. You want me to pass a message to him? Nah, I'll take care of it myself. Before I can process what he said, Roya moves behind me. My scream is cut off when he presses a hand over my mouth with enough force to make me stumble. My back hits his chest, and his other arm winds around my waist, securing me in his arms. I only realize what is going on when I look past the railing to see Kurato downstairs. He is already looking at us. Let her go, Roya. If you want her, come and get her. Why is he suddenly holding me hostage? It feels like some sort of trap. Roya suddenly swoops me into his arms, carrying me bridal style as he heads back to the hallway. I try to scream out of his grip, but he effortlessly carries me like a doll. There is a short pause before I hear Kurato's footsteps racing up the staircase. What are you doing, Roya? Just trying to provoke him a bit. This isn't a game. If you want to talk with him, you don't need to involve me. That is a problem. He doesn't want to talk to me. Huh? What is going on between you two? Before I get my answer, Kurato blocks our path. Roy is fast even while carrying someone, but I suppose it's not enough to completely evade Kurato. Roy smiles in amusement as he sets me down. He clamps a hand over my wrist, preventing me from escaping. You're not even going to try to take her back? Guess you won't mind if I have a little fun with her then. Kurato glances at me with a sad smile, as if an apology, a shrug. Roya taunting me is pointless. When Kurato approaches us, Roya draws me back. You won't get her that easily, not without a fight. Wouldn't you draw your gun? I don't point it at civilians. Now, will you quit this childish game? I don't understand where you're getting at. I'm sure you haven't forgotten. Forgotten what? We used to attend the same grade school. Kurato and I were in class 1E, while my brother was in... You don't need to bring up the past. We're better at forgetting about it. Huh. Why did it bully you? Don't tell me you've already forgiven me. I told you, we can leave the past behind. I'm literally seeing them, the younger selves of them right now, side by side. And it's just like so funny. However, instead of like the fierce look in Kurato, is like this determined face, and Ray is just like the one. Huh? You are not like this. Kurato grits his teeth. If that's really how you feel, then do me a favor and kill me. Huh? Why would Roy want him to do that? Kurato is with the cops. This is ridiculous. I've been feeling guilty all these years. He disappeared off the face of the earth for a while. I didn't know how to apologize. So perhaps it is too late? Tell me, you remember? I know you hated it. Didn't you wish for revenge all this time? Killing me will make us even. No, I won't do that. Afraid to stain your record? Then let me give you a little motivation. I was the one behind the recent incident with the mugger. I made sure to give him the most gruesome death possible. You saw the scene, didn't you? I was the one who burned the marks into. Enough! That's not all. Remember the missing people from the past few weeks? You can tell your friends to quit searching because they're already dead. Wondering where all those bodies ended up? I've hidden their bodies. You cops would never think to investigate this place. Don't believe me? If you look at the room on your left, you'll find the teenagers alphabetically arranged. To your right, all the female bodies. I'd like to keep them separated out of respect. Oh, and you'll also notice the chains on their wrists. You'll never know if any of them will wake up someday. It's worse than the chill up in my spine. I can't tell if he's serious with that grin of his. That's enough. If you're confessing to these crimes, then I need to arrest you for what you've done. Nah, not going to kill me? That isn't my call. Now, let go, Diviana. Let Diviana go. You're no fun. Roya snorts, but loosens his grip around my wrist. I think he has finally come to his senses, but Kurato's eyes widen suddenly. Something flashes in the corner of my eye. Roya's other hand shifts to his pocket, but before I realize what is going on, Kurato dashes towards me and seizes my hand. Roya does not resist as Kurato pulls me away from him, allowing me to slip from his grasp completely. I turn my head and catch a glimpse of a small blade with a victorious expression. Roy is already running forward with his dagger aimed for Kurato. Within the same split second, I extend my other arm out, feeling a sharp sting as I am pulled behind Kurato. Roy tries again, leaping forward with the dagger, but this time Kurato blocks the attack with a gun he pulls from inside his coat. They exchange a few blows, each struggling to keep up with the other. I step back, putting a hand over the coyote on my arm, feeling something wet against fingers, and Roy glances in my direction. He bites his lips when he sees my cut, but does not pay further attention to me as Kurato leaps towards me. Kurato tries to grab the dagger from his opponent, but loses focus when Roy kicks at his wrist. The fight halts when Kurato drops his gun, and it clatters across the floor. Roy uses his chance to leap for the weapon, and so does Kurato. Okay. Oh no, you don't, Roy. I dive for the gun and grab it before he does. My heart throbs nervously as I hold the gun in my hands. When Roy reaches for me, I scramble back and point the weapon at him. Don't move! Eh? This is unexpected. I didn't know you had the guts. There is no need for violence if you just stay still. He grins mischievously and approaches me despite my warning. I slowly get to my feet. The gun still trained on me. The barrel of the gun is shaking, and I realize it is my hands. He follows me as I keep stepping back. I hear Kurato talking to me, but I'm too focused on Roya to pay any mind to his words. Suddenly, Roya charges for me. At the same time, I feel a hand on my arm pulling me back. In the heat of the moment, I accidentally pull the trigger. The recoil almost throws me off balance, and I drop the gun, the sound ringing in my ears. Roya stares down at his leg. The wound immediately stains the fabric. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Fortunate. You need to work on your aim, Divyana. I'd rather have Kurato do it, but you're not a bad choice either. Anyone but the hunter. Roya seems unfazed by the wound. He still stands straight, as if nothing happened. How can he endure something like that? Maybe... Suddenly there is a gunshot from outside the hallway. A green blur whizzes by, tackling Roy to the ground. It takes a moment for me to realize it is Shane. I want to call out to him, but Kurato turns me around and covers my eyes with his hands. Cover your ears, you don't want to hear this. I do as he says, and I feel the recoil of gunshots travel from the floor to my bones. My hands do little to mute the screams that follow. It does not take long for the scream to die down. I try to turn around, but Kurato releases my face only to grab my shoulders, pulling me to his chest. Did you follow me, Shane? I followed Divyana. I was told to guard her, but she ran off. Not a bad thing. I ended up finding the target. He was distracted. Why didn't you take the opportunity? She enters my line of vision as he circles around something on the ground. I notice its shoes are stained with blood. He brutally looks up at me with narrow eyes. My body tenses. Is he going to come after me next? I'm sorry for running away. Before long, he shifts his gaze to Kurato. It seems like he wants to ask something, but instead he heaves aside. Go, I've got this. It is raining when we leave the mansion. Questions pile up in my mind, but one stands out to me the most. Is Roya bad? Kurato nods quietly. I see a few scratches on his face, injuries from the fight with Roya. Well, my chest feels tight. Well, was it well or hell? I think it was hell. Here. Hell. Okay. What was the connection between the two of you? The two of them? Roya did say they went to grade school together. And what was with Roya? Why did he want to die so badly? I don't understand any of it. The cut in my arm stings as we walk through the rain. Kurato suddenly takes my hand. He turns me around to face him, and I feel him touching my cheek. That sad look doesn't suit you. But you, Roya, Kurato pauses, showing a cold grimace. If he's trying to cheer me up, he's terrible at it. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. When you get home, let me treat your wound. No, it was my fault for following you. I got in the way, and Roya used me to provoke you. If you weren't there, I might really have shot him. So thank you, Divyana, for holding me back. By the way, why did you follow me? I knew you were up to something. I was curious. Curiosity killed a cat. This case killed Roya. He trod my hair using his fingers upon noticing the guilt on my face. Well, Roya was anything but a friend. We just attended the same school. He used to bully me a lot, to an excessive degree. Maybe I should tell you more about my past later. I don't want you to think badly of me based on what you saw. It is just hard to explain, and you might not even care. You told me we've met before. I may not remember, but that doesn't mean I want to remain ignorant. Well, I hope you'll believe my ridiculous stories. Let's go home. It's late. The next day after school, I find Kurato still in bed. I go check on him and realize he has developed a high fever. His forehead is hot at the touch, and he's sweating under the sheets. Besides that, his body is covered in bruises. He explains it was from yesterday, when we fought with Raya. However, I noticed that some bruises are in larger stages of healing. They must be from separated occasions. I cannot believe how much of a klutz he is to have hurt himself that often. He sits up on the bed when I fetch the first aid kit. I can't believe you're nursing your bodyguard. You shouldn't have gone out yesterday then. I guess you stayed too long in the rain. Hey, you were with me. How come I didn't catch a cold? And like you, I'm not that weak. I tease him while I pull off his old bandage and disinfect his wounds. As I look at Kurato's injuries again, the events of last night flash in my mind, and I grimace at the thought. I meant to ask him last night, but we both were exhausted and went straight to our rooms. Upon noticing the uneasiness in my eyes, Kurato nudges me. Hey, Diviana, you alright? I can't get over what happened last night. Why you seemed so desperate? Was he really going to kill us? Nah, he wouldn't really have gone that far. It was just a bluff. He was serious about his request. If we were to die, who else could he turn to? Although it's changed a lot since the last time I saw him. It was like I didn't know him anymore. You used to attend the same school, right? It wasn't a good experience at the time. I'm sorry I had to go through something like that. It's alright, I'm over it now. Kurato smiles softly to me, and I stand. Having finished redoing his bandage, I'll get you some water. Kurato acts overly familiar with me, yet I barely know anything about him. There must be something missing from my memory, but I don't think I suffer amnesia. While I'm in the kitchen, I'm startled by the sound of the front door opening. Oh no. My heart skips a beat when a familiar voice calls my name. I'm home, Diviana. Are you here? I freeze as I recall that Kurato is upstairs. I really do not want to try and explain his presence to my mother. I think it was talking with her. Yeah. Mom, what brings you here so suddenly? It feels so good to see your face again, Diviana. Your father needed some documents. He would have gotten them himself, but he suddenly got called in for the job and had to attend a meeting. I just came to get his things. Anyway, how are you doing? Everything is fine. Remember to take breaks, don't overwork yourself, even if it's for school. If only she knew about my naps and clothes. I flash an innocent smile before nodding. Now, I should get those documents. Wait, Mom, I'll get them for you. Which ones do you need? Oh, you're so sweet. The documents are right on the top of the first drawer. It is a black colored map. You'll see it right away. I rush upstairs and find the documents in no time. Here you go. My mother wraps her arms around me and strokes my head. It has been a while since I felt discomfort. I heard about recent disappearance and murders in the village. I was concerned about you. Maybe I should ask Yoshi's father to look after you. There is an investigator taking care of the neighborhood. I'm doing fine. Perhaps I can ask the Akaze family to keep an eye on you. They are known to be good guards. Mom, are you even listening to what I'm saying? Hey, I just want to make sure you are safe. I'm sorry that we are so busy, dear. My research is nearly done. After your dad finishes his work too, we'll go on a vacation together, okay? Don't worry about it. I'm fine on my own. Such a sweetheart. Oh, I left a present for you on the dining table. It was your dad's idea. Give you my thanks. I have to leave right now. The taxi is waiting outside for me. By the way, you should really restock the cabinets, dear. You're running out of food, and you know I don't like you ordering takeout. I clearly remember buying groceries the other day. Maybe Kurato did leave his bed to grab a favorite snack. I nod to my mother while silently plotting about my revenge on Kurato. She places the folder of documents inside her bag, then moves toward me to plant the keys on my head. I'll give you a call sometime later this week. Eat well and dress up warm, Diviana. Take care, Mom. She eggs me once more before leaving. I look through the curtains and watch a taxi driving away. It will be a while before I see my parents again. I try to cheer myself up with the thought that they still think of me. Even though I do not see them a lot, our relationship is good. Also, Dad bought a gift for me, and for me. I'll check it out later. I return to the guest room. Where could he have gone to? Thoughts shoot through my head as I blankly stare at the dark shape previously hidden under the blanket. It takes me a moment to comprehend what it is. My first instinct is to reach out and scoop it into my arms. After that, I walk towards the window. The animal starts pushing against my arms, grabbing my attention. I blink a few times as it gives me an almost panicked gaze. Don't throw me out of the window. I glance around the room, but I'm alone. Down here. The animal starts pawing at me, and it takes me a second to realize a voice is coming from it. Kurato? Yes, I'm speaking through telepathy. You should be able to hear me, right? I can hear you. I was just checking if the window was broken or something. Kurato glares at me with narrowed eyes. It appears it does not believe me. I set Kurato back down on the bed, kneeling down to examine him more closely. Oh my goodness, I'm not. This is a curse. Can we not talk about this right now? He plops onto the bed, his face smushes against the sheets, and I notice how shallow his breathing is. Even in this form, it is obvious that he's sick. Oh, right, your water. I'll sit in the kitchen, keep you both. Welcome, people. Okay, it's not loading. Okay, I see it. I go downstairs and see the small package my mother left for me on the table. It is a small baby pink box wrapped in a sparkly ribbon, pink ribbon. Yeah, this is definitely from Dad. I take the gift and a glass of water with me. When I return to the guest room, Kurato had returned to use human form. He looks so worn out now, and now I started shivering under the blanket. I set everything down on the bedside table. There is so much I want to know, but I'll let you off the hook for now. I pull the blanket up to his chin. I'll ask you later. Have a good rest, okay? The mysteries surrounding Kurato keep piling atop with each other, from his past with Roya to his curse. Can I still trust him with all these secrets? I stand, deciding to let him rest alone for a while, but he grabbed my wrist. Stay, please. I cannot say no to his weak plea. If you insist. I heard a woman's voice earlier. Was that your mother? Yeah, she came by and announced it, but she had to go back to work. Huh. She sounded like a nice person. Reminded me of mine. To be honest, we're not that close. She's way too often for us to get the chance to be. But enough about me. Just how many secrets are you hiding? Care to explain what just happened? What happened to letting me off the hook? Don't tell anyone about it, especially Shane. He would literally kill me. Kurato's gaze flicks to the ceiling for a moment, then returns to my face with a sigh. Hi Shoko, how are you? That was the one thing I didn't want you to find out. Why? He and I share a common hatred of anything supernatural. But aren't you... Hi boy Shu. How was your trip? I'm existing. Kurato's expression becomes grim. I didn't ask to be cursed. I hit a sensitive topic and hesitated before asking the next question. Do you also hate yourself? Maybe. There are still people who like you. Kurato laughs softly upon hearing my reply. Usually he is the one with cheesy lines, but I really mean what I said. I like you. He instantly blushes at my words. Even in a feverish state, he managed to pull a mischievous grin. Don't get any weird ideas, I just said like. It should be obvious, otherwise I wouldn't have allowed you to stay. Thank you. Maybe this isn't the right time to ask, but what was your childhood like? It wasn't that interesting. He closes his eyes in thought. Shortly after, his breathing slows and he goes quiet. He must have fallen asleep. Jeez, just when it was getting interesting. When he deserves a good nap. My eyes glances over the present that Mom left behind. Without really thinking about it, I pull out the ribbon and unwrap it. It contains two large pledges, a raccoon and a rabbit. Jeez, Dad. How old do you think I am? You haven't sent two. Still, the thought of my parents picking this up out in the store makes me smile. Oh well, the fur is soft. I'm going to keep this. I leave the room. There is nothing interesting in the news today. I wonder if they will mention Roy's death, but I hear nothing about it. These events made me understand that the murders were not ordinary. They have been the work of the supernatural, something both Shane and Kurato have been involved with for some time. It is hard to believe the perpetrator was not human, even though I witnessed him with my own eyes. I have never encountered something like this before. I make soup for dinner and bring it upstairs to Kurato. He is already sitting up in the bed and grins at me when I approach him. Hey, I brought you some food. It's like you're my wife or something. I blush at his comments and lightly smack his arm. Do you think you feel well enough to tell me all your secrets? Ah, right. Are you sure you want to know them? What do you mean? You might look at me differently if I tell you. How about it? You are still you, no matter your past or how many ponytails you have. I don't you to hate me. Why would I hate you? It's not like you lied. Kurato gives a guilty look and averts his eyes. Does this mean you've been lying to me from the start? No, I just didn't mention a few things. You don't usually tell someone your life stories the first time you met them. A lie of omission is still a lie, Kurato. And this is far past our first meeting. I want to know you better. Tell me what haunts you at night, and what you're afraid of. I can help you. Kurato silenced me by taking my hand. His gaze bores into mine, as though he is looking for answers in my eyes. Whether he found his answer or not, he looks away, taking a deep breath before speaking up. Well, I traveled through time. I'm not originally from this century. His words linger in my head, but none of them really register. I can only blink at him. I am from this village, but that was a long time ago. When I was 7 years old, there was an incident, and suddenly everything was different. It took me a while to realize that centuries had passed. Nobody knew where I came from or what to do with me. I was scared out of my wits, but thankfully, a couple took me in and cared for me until I eventually moved out. I didn't lie about being adopted, just so you know. Now, the animal part is another story. He averts his eyes from my gaze. I tilt my head, wondering why he's hesitant about telling me. You mentioned that you don't like animals, right? Well, I used to have a pet rabbit, but it ran away. Since then, I always believed that animals just didn't like me. Don't take it to heart. Anyway, I don't particularly dislike animals. You being a cute bunny cat doesn't matter. You are still you. But if you try sneaking into my bed in that form... His lips form a smile, and is visibly relaxed at my words. I was cursed by the same person who sent me through time. Bad luck, huh? I believe there's a way to break my curse, but that is not my main concern right now. People are still missing, and I don't think the murders are going to stop anytime soon. Warrior claims to be one behind those disappearances, but I don't believe it was entirely his doing. It was probably just bad luck. They all happened at the same time. I'm impressed with he still thinks about his job. Even when he's so sick, he's even prioritizing it over his own curse. Don't look at me like that, I'll be fine. My own concern is Shane. It's a bit risky to work with him, but he's the only colleague I know who's familiar with the supernatural. I worry about what he'll do to me if I accidentally slip up. But as long as he never finds out, I can keep working with him. If I need something. You can't help being cursed. You might understand. It'll just sound like an excuse for him. The guy is merciless. Why is he after supernatural creatures? I think he told me once, but I forgot. I think sometimes he takes trophies for the things he kills and sells them off. I don't really know much about it. I hear Kurato, but all I can think about is the story he told me about himself. It must have been so scary being all alone in a different environment. Even now, it's still not safe. Are you crying? No, I just have dust in my eyes. Come on, that's the lamest excuse I've ever heard. I was just thinking that you've been walking on the edge. I can't help but feel sorry for you. My life isn't that bad. I mean, let me stay here, and you're still talking to me even after finding out just how weird I am. I'm just glad he didn't freak out at me. I can run away screaming about magical bunnies if you want. He laughed at my joke. I noticed his shoulders dropping. He must be very relieved after sharing this. Now we met the twins. The hallway is more crowded than usual. It looks like the entire school is gathered in front of my class. I try to push my way through the crowd, but to my annoyance, nobody will let me through. It is like trying to pass through a wall. Notice Lyoji approaching. I must know more about this uproar since he's a student council. Hey Lyoji, what's going on? These orcs are completely blocking the doorway. We got 2 transfer students. I guess everyone wants to see them. Huh. We haven't had any new students in ages. There's 2. Now that seems interesting. It shrugs as if nothing is exciting about it. When the teacher heads our way, everyone goes to their own classes. I can finally assess the classroom. The new faces immediately grab my attention. They are standing near the front. The lower half of their faces are bandaged, which is pretty unusual. Their strange appearance are probably why they attracted so much attention. Matching scars, huh? Hello everyone. We have 2 new students joining us today. The redhead gives us a friendly wave before introducing himself. Hey guys, my name's Chase, and that's my brother Blaze. You've probably already figured out that we're twins. We've moved from a far big city for personal reasons. We hope to have a good time here. Now that I think about it, maybe Lyoji. I forgot about this too. But now since I'm looking at their uniforms, I think Lyoji might be from the elite class as well. Because their uniform is just like a shirt, a tie, and that's it. And Lyoji has a whole outfit. So I think we just hang out the whole time with 2 elite class and we don't know. Or maybe we know, but we are just so used to them because we are friends with them since we are a child that we don't even realize. During the introduction, Blaze stands there in silence. He does not even make eye contact with us. The class looks at him, expecting him to say something, but Chase takes over instead. Once Chase is finished, the class starts bombarding them with questions with their excitement. Who's older twin? Blaze is a perfect grumpy older brother, isn't he? The difference was about 5 minutes during birth because Blaze was very impatient, hehe. Are you single? My, that's bold. But we're both single right now. Who knows how things will turn out though? So mysterious. What are the banters for? Well, that's because it's none of your business. Lay snaps and pins the guy again with a threatening glare. Everyone else falls silent in the tense atmosphere, all eyes on the brothers. The older brother keeps glaring at the guy, his gaze full of hatred. Chase chuckles to break the ice and moves in front of his brother. We got to permanent, he says, but don't worry, it only affects us. It's not a pretty sight, so we try to keep it covered. And no, we're not going to show you. I see. Jace's friendliness diffuses the situation, and the class shortly moves past Blaze's outbursts. I glance over at them in curiosity through the lesson. Each has a unique personality, yet they have the same strange aura. Perhaps I'm judging and jumping to conclusions, but I get the feeling they're going to be trouble. Well, I hope they find themselves fitting into this class. As I'm about to take a nap, I feel a slight chill. Someone is watching me. The cold blue eyes are staring in my direction. It feels like Place is trying to read my mind. Shivers run down my spine and I turn away from him. He wasn't looking at me, was he? So far he's been avoiding eye contact with everyone. Chill down, Viviana. Perhaps he's staring at someone behind me. Come lunchtime, the cafeteria is even louder than usual. The crowd has gathered around the new students, with half the school trying to get a look at them, or ask questions.
Why are you sitting here all alone?
I can't find Ryoji, and everyone else is, well, occupied.
Are you jealous of the twins?
What? Oh, of course not. Of course. I'm just waiting until after school to go buy bandage so I can look just like the cool kid. She chuckles at my sarcasm.
What do you think of them?
I don't know them well enough to judge.
I was talking about their looks, silly.
They look like mummies? I'm joking, their faces are covered, Ikoya. There is not much to judge.
Oh, you're so cold.
I shrug in response.
By the way, have you decided who your partner will be for the ball?
Not yet. I don't even know if I'm planning to go.
I know you're a fan of. Huh? I know you're a fan of those kind of events. It only opens once a year. Don't miss this chance. Just make sure you don't end up going alone. That would be so embarrassing because of the couple rule.
There is such a rule? Oh boy. What about you, Ikoya?
My brother would take my desserts for a month if I went with anyone other than him. If I could, I'd gladly pair up with you.
I don't think I'm doing the cute little voice.
I think Liachi is still available though.
I see.
Unless there's someone else you're thinking about going with.
She got me, but I don't want to admit it. I don't even know if Kurato has time for such events. Besides, it isn't appropriate to ask your guardian for a date. Oh well, I can only bring him as my bodyguard. Are you girls talking about some kind of party? Startled, I turn around to see Chase bends over me with an amused expression. I pull back once I see his face. How long have you been standing there? Just a short while, relax. Don't creep up on people like that. So, were you talking an Halloween party or something? I'd make a good mommy, don't you think? I can hear the amusement in his voice. He seems fine with joking about himself. With half of his face covered, I cannot read his expression well. I wonder if he's offended by my mention of bandage.
Oh, you haven't heard? The school's holding a masquerade ball. But you have to have a partner.
That won't be a problem. I'll have my brother with me. Though I wouldn't mind taking either of you to the party. His expression is difficult to read, so I cannot tell if he's joking or flirting. His eyes crinkle as if he was smiling. Before either of us reply, he waves at us before going back to his seat.
He sure is something.
What, falling for him already?
It's still too early. I do want to get to know him better though.
Go for it. Date your brother, he'll be fine.
I'll feel guilty if I do that, though I've been pressuring him to go, and he doesn't have any friends to go with.
But he deserves to have a good time too.
Maybe. I'm going to try convincing him again to find a date for him.
Good luck, Ikoya. After class, Leogis asked me to bring a few papers to the student council room. He has been running everywhere all day to prepare for the masquerade ball, so I thought I would do him a favor and help him with the remaining tasks. I ended up carrying an entire pile, which is a little too heavy for me. This task is so grueling. Didn't he say it was only just a few papers? I'll need help to finish this faster. I wonder where Ikuya can run off to. At least always are empty now. It would be troublesome to bump into someone to undrop this. When I turn the corner, I see Kashi against the wall, at the other end of the hallway, as if in hiding. While approaching him, I greet him cheerful. Kashi glances at me for a second, but does not reply. Hey Kashi, I'm talking to you. Shut up, Miss Bored-Faced. Like you're any better, you midget. With a piercing glare, he dashes towards me and pushes a small hand against my mouth. Startled, I almost drop the papers, but his other arm quickly supports the bottom of the pile. He shakes his head, then slightly tilts it in the direction of the edge of the wall. I quickly nod and he lets me go. I follow Kashi to his original position. There are voices coming from the other side. Both of us stay still as we listen. What's the point at attending school anyway? It is so damn boring. Come on, do you think it's fun to hang out around people our age? Oh, it's Voice and Jace. What are they discussing? Jace, we aren't. It's good to socialize once in a while. Do what you want, but don't get carried away. Just focus on the job. Fine. By the way, have you found our next target? Yeah, it's that girl with purple glasses. There can't be just one, who else? That would be too conspicuous. Soon they'll suspect something is up. I think the guy sitting in front of you in class will do. What was he called again? Maybe I should start memorizing names. We're only here temporarily. It'd be a waste of time. Anyway, anyway, take care of that one. I'm not cleaning up after you. What are the two of you up to? I move closer, straining my ears, but suddenly the pile starts to slip on my arms. Oh no! Nothing to keep them together. I stumble forward, causing some sheets of paper to fall away. My cover blown. The twins see me and walk in my direction. In a panic, I look back, but Kaishi is already gone. That brat. What are you doing here? I thought everyone already left. Oh, I'm just taking this to the student council room. Ah, let me help you with that. Chase bends down to pick up the papers that fell on the ground. Blaze stands there with his arms crossed, looking at me with narrowed eyes. Its cold glaze makes me nervous, but I try to keep my act together. Pretend you just walked by, Diviana. Did you hear? Hear what? Don't play dumb. You obviously heard our conversation. I didn't. Blaze moves closer to intimidate me. Unless you want some serious trouble, keep out of our business. Then here we go. Ah, thanks. Chase moves in front of his brother, putting the papers he picked up on the top of the pile. Hey, how about I carry those for you? We're leaving. He starts dragging his brother away. Chase looks back at me as if he wants to apologize. After they leave, I shake my head. It sounded like they were plotting something with two students, but I only heard of the conversation, so I'm not too sure. There is definitely something suspicious about those two. I should talk about it with Kurato later. Hi, Crimson, how are you? Shoko is on chat, yeah, lurking. Hey, I'm home. When I get home, the sight of Kurato and Shane in the living room makes me pause. What are you two doing? Both already turned in my direction as I walk in. Kurato meets my glare with a guilty smile while Shane stares his expression as hard to read as ever. Doing good, and you? You said you're allowed to invite friends over while I'm away. I know, but it's an emergency. I look over at Shane, who does not react. If Kurato was not here, I would have kicked him out. Since I'm here, can you tell me what happened? You don't mind, right, Shane? Shane crosses his arms and averts his eyes. Kurato takes that he does not mind. I take a seat beside Kurato and wait for them to start talking. Shane's client got killed by someone while he was on another case. There's been another murder? Apparently, he wasn't working alone. Or maybe we had two unrelated killing sprees going on that just happened to use the same methodology. We're missing too many details to say for certain. It's hard to keep up with just the two of us. So you're asking me for help? No, you're saying he might die. Shane, we're supposed to make her feel safe, not scare her. It's pointless to hide it from her. There aren't enough guards to keep every villager safe, and she should know that she can be watched all the time. Tell me if there is something I can do. anything besides sitting here and waiting until something happens. I'd rather call my colleagues. At least they wouldn't be a burden, even if they have no experience with such events. Such events? We're dealing with supernatural beings. I knew it right from the first gate. I think Shane's right. With a situation like this, you shouldn't get yourself involved. Come on, please. They both shake their head in disapproval. It frustrates me to hear them repeatedly refuse my help. I give Kurato a dry look. I thought he would agree with me. An idea forms in my head. Right, Shane doesn't know about Kurato's secret. I can totally use it to blackmail him. Martins have many qualities, like trustworthy. Do you say you two trust each other? I smiled and noticed Kurato's eyebrows twitching. We've known each other since our childhood. We can definitely rely on each other. Only because we're colleagues. Then, Shane, did you know something happened to... Haha, Shane, maybe we should let her help. She's been whining about it since we met. I'm sure we can find something for her to do. Shane shoots Kurato a confused look. Whatever, she's not my responsibility. If you wanna risk both your lives, go right ahead. I don't care about those who jump into their own graves. We're not going to die. Thank you for the fortune telling, but we can handle ourselves just fine, right? I nudge Kurato with my elbow, and he meekly murmurs in agreement. Shane does not bother to reply. Finally, we continue to discuss how we should handle the situation. I remember what happened in school with Blaze and Jace earlier, so I throw the topic in. Shane does not take me serious, but Kurato goes quiet, considering the idea. Eventually, he agrees to keep an eye on them just in case, as Shane continues looking into the rest of the suspects on his list. The meeting does not last long before Shane has to go back to work. As soon as the door closes, Kurato groans, slumping against the couch before turning to glare at me. Viviana, did you really need to scare me like that? I didn't know how else to convince you. Why were I worried he would actually believe me? You could have easily avoided the topic. I didn't think of that. Anyway, I know I say I will protect you, but because of what's happened, they're spreading out the security team. You won't me here as often. That is obvious. You can't be next to me all day. Still, it feels like I failed again. Gently pat Kurato on his shoulder and let out a sigh. It is not like him to act so negative. Why? Hey, how about you teach me some self-defense? I don't want to be a dead weight. Ah, that's a good idea. I can teach you some of the simpler stuff. Come here. We spend the rest of the day with Kurato teaching me self-defense moves. Throughout the lesson, he emphasized that I should avoid confrontations as best as I can, explaining how I can use what he is teaching me to distract an attacker and buy time to escape or get help. Kurato is surprisingly acknowledged about this. His professional side of him almost makes me forget his typical laid-back character. At the end of our short session, I promise Kurato that I will continue to practice while he is out working. Managed to get the basics down. Tonight, Kurato is more cautious than usual. He sits close to me like a guard dog. I decide to strike up a conversation to break the silence. Out of curiosity, can you transform whenever you want? Are you suggesting something? Not really, I just remember seeing you around the house a few times. You sure are reckless with your secret. To be honest, I don't really have control over it, and it has gotten more out of hand these past few weeks. I practice a lot, but sometimes it happens randomly. Sorry if I scared you. You're anything but scary. I'm sorry I tried to use it against you earlier. It's okay, I told you because I trust you. Just please, don't let anyone find it out, especially Shane. Do you really think he'd kill you? Absolutely. He wants to get rid of all supernatural beings, regardless who they are. I was here when I found out his cousin was a vampire. I killed her without a second thought. I don't think he'd spare me either. Why hang around him if it's that risky? Keep your enemies closer or something like that. Besides, only the two of us have experience with supernatural hunts, and I can't do it alone. You haven't explained it to me why you are hunting them. The reason is... It's hard to explain, Diviana. To be honest, I'm a little confused myself. I've taken so many lives. It doesn't feel like anything now. Tell myself if I decided to be alone, it had to be done. And I don't forget what I did, but think about what I do makes me question myself even more. I realize that no person, no action is inherently good or evil. In the end, it all comes down to the choices we make. If I turned out to be a demon, would you kill me too? Don't be ridiculous. You're the only person keeping me sane. I'd rather stay by your side like this than leave all alone without a curse. It might sound cheesy, but you're really important to me. He looks away shyly, and I can vaguely make out his flushed cheeks. Hearing those words coming from me makes me feel warm. He has been caring for me since we met, and more than a normal guard should. Perhaps it has something to do with our past. You mentioned once that we have met before, but I wonder why I still cannot remember. After the weekend. Today, Kurato decides to come with me to the school. He wants to see the transfer students with his own eyes. The twins arrive to class late, and I notice one of my classmates, a girl who wears purple glasses, is absent today. Could it be a coincidence, or did something happen to her?
Hey, Diviana. Is something wrong?
What? No, what makes you think that?
You've been staring at the twins all day, and I haven't caught you sleeping once.
It's nothing.
Really? You sure not crushing on them?
Of course not. I already told you yesterday. I barely know them. Not to mention, they might have murdered one of their classmates.
So you say? Well then, which one seems the most interesting to you?
Okay, let me see. It was place maybe. Well, place maybe.
Oh, that's surprising.
Let's talk about you. What are you up to lately? You've been leaving early lately.
I'm making decorations for the ball. You actually mentioned that were short on volunteers, and I'd be so disappointed if they had to postpone or cancel the event because we couldn't finish everything by Saturday.
I see. That's nice of you.
If you have nothing else to do, you're free to join me.
Sorry, I'm a bit busy at the moment. I'll help you out when I have time. I actually do have time after school, but I was planning to help Kurato with the murder cases. I feel bad for hiding this from Mikuya, but knowing her, She would tell me it is too dangerous and try to stop me. During the lunch break, I meet up with Kurato. Everyone is looking at me. You should be used to it. Everyone from the elite class is popular. No, it's because of this ridiculous outfit. You look like your butler. Oh, you actually care about your appearance? Of course, I'm fashionable. I don't think you know what that means. Kurato clears and changes the topic. Any news about the transfer students? The girl they mentioned last week didn't show up to class. It could just be a coincidence, but I doubt it. Where are they now? I don't know. I didn't see where they went. Seems like we'll have to wait until class ends. I wonder if Kurato planned to confront them. There is no way I can ask the twins directly, especially after Blaze threat the other day. After class, Kurato waits for me outside. It seems he finished earlier. Okay, I notice him looking and asks me about it. I introduce Kurato to her as my friend.
I didn't you hang out around people from the elite class?
Ikuye, you were from the elite class. I get a little flustered as she looks at me with a mischievous grin. She takes my arm and pulls me closer before whispering.
Is he really just your friend?
What are you implying?
You guys seem close.
You're reading too much into this.
I see. If you ever need help, I'm here for you.
I can't do this voice, I'm sorry, I'm struggling. My throat is not liking it. My throat is really not liking. She winks at me. Ow. She winks at me before leaving us alone. Were you two talking about me? Just some private stuff. Nothing you need to worry about. Anyway, Kurato, look there. Those are the transfer students I was talking about. I discreetly gestured to Blaze and Jace, who have just left the classroom. Kurato observes them as they pass by, adjusts them with thoughts. I sleep for a small thought I do not understand what that implies. After the twins are out of sight, Kurato sighs and crosses his arms. Yeah, there's definitely something strange about those two. I'm not sure how to explain, but something about them doesn't feel right. Not the same, but there's no proof they've done anything wrong. Yeah, don't worry. We'll figure them out soon enough. They can't hide their true identity in their intentions forever. Aren't you going after them? There's no need. I have a plan. Merely confidently, he gives me a thumbs up. He'll assume he knows what he's talking about then. I'll assume. If you can, keep a close eye on them for me for a while. I don't know if it's a good idea to follow them. Last time I got almost caught. Wait, I know someone who might be good at spying. Huh? Want me to stalk someone? Well, nobody would notice you because you're so small. Good at these things. I'm terrible at attracting people. Well, the fact that he is actually saying the truth to us in our face is something. Because Blaze points out a lot that Kaishi's tracking abilities are the worst. And he's saying this, he's being so honest to us. You're good at researching background information though. You've seen them, haven't you? They may be up to something, and this is just a precautionary drastic measure. I'm not interested in them. Have fun by yourself. So that wasn't you in the hallway last week then? I guess I must have imagined it, considering how quickly it disappeared. Akashi sighs and lowers the book he's reading. He glances at me and thinks for a moment before speaking. I just wanted to confirm something about the new students. It's a personal thing and none of your concern. I don't care what you do, just be careful. You might bring disaster upon yourself. He's actually being concerned about us. The conversation ends there, so I leave him alone. I don't need Kashi's help. I can follow them myself. I'm not shaken by his words, but he is right. I have to go about this carefully. The twins are absent the next day. I walk around the village after classes, but I cannot even catch a glimpse of them. Of course, we skipped class as soon as we came up with a plan. It's okay, we have more chances. The day after that, only Blaze, the gloomier of the two, shows up. Without Chase around to brighten his atmosphere, nobody approaches him. He looks lonely sitting by himself. During lunch break, there's a classroom and I take this chance of following him. I tell Ikui and Ryoji I'm going to lunch alone in case they look for me. Nibbling on my sandwich, I keep a distance behind Blaze. Speaking of lunch, I've never seen him eat. It must be hard with those bandages around his mouth. Eventually break off from the crowds in the hallways, and I notice that we are getting closer to the elite class. Did he come here for the peace and quiet, or for something else? Suddenly he walks faster and takes a sharp turn. Hoping not to lose him, I quickly run to catch up, but the hallway is empty. Could he have gone into one of those classrooms? I walk down the hallway, looking through the windows for each classroom I pass. Suddenly, a door slides open and someone grabs my arm, pulling me inside. My attacker twists me around, shoving me against the wall. Blaze frowns at me for a second before releasing my arm, taking a step back to close the door, and then against it, blocking my escape. So you were following me. Blaze stares at me, waiting for an explanation. Following you? I'm just visiting a friend whose classroom is on this floor. We're reading too much into this. His silent glances is unreliable. I have no idea if he actually believes me. Blaze walks towards me and raises his hand. I step back, thinking he's going to hit me, but it just places a hand on my shoulder. Huh? Hey! I try to smack his hand away, but he pulls back. What the heck? I do not think he believed me, but he seems willing to let it slide. Anyway, let's head back. Blaze straightens, but rests his hand on the door instead of opening it. I give him a confused look. One more thing. Stay away from me. You're annoying. Did I do something to upset you? If you explained it to me, I would make things clear. I want you to leave me alone. Is that clear enough? Blaze stares at me, as if expecting a reply. When I stay silent, he pulls his arm back and leaves without another word. I should be more careful around my cover. I may annoy him to the point that he might do something to throw off my investigation. I'm still convinced that he is up to something. While I continue to observe him during class, I notice he keeps staring at the guy in front of the seat. I notice Blake clenching his fists, which makes me nervous. Even without words, I have no rough guess what he might be up to. If Chase was here, I would have asked him about it. He seems like a type that will share. After class, I continue to discuss with Kurato. I tell him who the next target might be. If they really are related to the incident, would they show their faces in school of all places? Well, Roya was related to them and these will still appear in school, so the thought of them being here just to kill someone is terrifying. I did some checking at work but can't find anything on them. They aren't special investigators and they don't have any records, so they must be new in the village. What's our next move? I'll ask Shane to keep an eye on the target. If we're lucky, we'll be able to catch them in the act, or at least eliminate them as suspects. Can you really pull it off? You're underestimating me on so many levels, Viviana. It's not like that. I'm concerned about your safety. What if the twins are really dangerous? It will be 2 against 1. Kurato reached out to me and pats my shoulder. He aims to make me feel at ease. I smile weakly to him, but he gains my trust. Past 9 p.m., Kurato receives a phone call from Shane, reporting that his target is moving to the school. I ask Kurato for backup, so we both head out. Seriously, why would anyone go to school this late? I heard there is a night class, though I don't know the details. You'd think the school would cancel that since it's dangerous around this time. Maybe. Say, Kurato, if Shane turned out to be a demon, would you kill him? I seriously doubt he's secretly a demon, but no, I wouldn't kill him. Despite what he claims, I still consider him a friend. So, if you were friends with all supernatural beings, you wouldn't need to kill them. It's not that simple. Because you're making it complicated. Kurato rubs the back of his head and smiles softly. He's pretending to agree with me, but I know he still has his doubts. When we arrive, the front doors are unlocked. It seems someone is already here. Entering the dark building, we look for Shane and the target. I have been here before, and it's just like I remember. Our footsteps echo through the space as we wander around. I don't call you Shane. I don't call you Shane. Why don't you call Shane? He told me not to. Said it might disturb him or alert the target. Do you really think Blaze will show up? We are waiting for Blaze and taking the bait. With 2 investigators and students as witness, it should be enough as evidence. Maybe just try to be patient. It gives me a comforting smile and pats my shoulder. My eyes adjust to the darkness, and I start to see the environment more clearly. Suddenly Kurato stops walking and grabs my hand. He presses his index finger against his lips and gestures for me to stay still. Strange sounds, a mixture of footsteps and something metallic being dragged across the floor, echo from the hall in front of us, growing closer. Kurato and I rush into the nearest classroom, huddling together behind the door to peer through the opening. A tall, blonde guy wearing a black and white shirt passes by. Something strange sticks out from his posterior, sweeping the floor as he walks. A tail? He holds a long seat in his right hand, with the blade dragging on the ground. There is something familiar about him, but I cannot tell what. After he disappears down the hallway, Kurato and I come out from the hiding spot. We give each other confused looks as we wonder who it was. That's it. I think that was Shinigami. Or maybe that was just a really good cosplayer? You mean a death god? Why would one of those be wandering around our school? Probably to take someone's life. Thinking about it, Did we lure the wrong person? Never mind, Bliss. This is a golden opportunity to take a Shinigami's head. A devilish smile appears on his face as he rubs his chin. I know he is eager to take out supernatural creatures, but I do not think this is a good idea. Forget about the Shinigami. We need to find Shane. But... He looks over his shoulder, hesitating. I put my hands on his cheeks and force him to look at me. We're here to give backup. Not to chase after another guy. Come on, let's go. It will be quick. Just wait here for a minute. What? Do you know how quick way to kill a dead god? You don't stand a chance alone. Kurato pulls my hands away from his face, smiling innocently. Thanks for your concern, but I'll be fine, trust me. Shane is dealing with the target right now, so I'm going to do a bit of crowd control. Place is only after with that guy anyway, so you'll be fine by yourself. You can call for me if something happens. Kurato lowers my hand and smiles innocently. Before I can say anything, he winks at me and runs off. Seriously, that good for nothing word. Why can't you listen to me for once? He said it would be fine by myself, but still. I'm more worried about Kurato. How can he be so sure that he'll win against Shinigami? I'm really curious what he's going to do with that Shinigami. I should follow him. With this thought in mind, I run after him into the dark hallways. I realize Kurato is surprisingly fast. His footsteps are already starting to fade into the distance. I cannot keep up with him anymore. A short while later, I cannot find him. The building is huge, and it could take hours to find him since we are both moving from our positions. Never mind, I shall look for Shane. I keep walking, checking the classrooms for signs of other people. This place is the same school I attended, but the scenario at night is so different from what I am used to. Even after 15 minutes, I still have not found anyone. I can only hear my own footsteps, almost as if I'm the only person around. I'm not someone who gets easily scared, but this is making me uneasy. Feels like I could be jumped at any time. If there are night classes, shouldn't someone be around? It's so creepy being here alone. I've checked everything on the first floor, but Shane is not here. Maybe he went upstairs. Halfway up the stairs, I hear a voice. It sounds like someone is sobbing. I quickly make my way up, but my legs freeze before I reach at the last step. The sound is coming from a strange figure, watching over in the far corner of the landing with her back to me. I see scribbles on the walls next to it. The largest message makes me even more terrified. Look below, it's coming for you. I glance behind me, only to freeze in horror as I take in a headless body creeping up the stairs. The ghastly extremities, I don't know, are pale and bruisey, with chunks of broken bone jutting out from their severed neck. Blood drains from my face. Huh? My face? Blood drains from my face. My face? My face? Yeah. Not another ghost. Oh, drains, like I get pale. Okay, yeah, now I understand. Not another ghost. I need to escape. I glance back at the person and I notice that the message has disappeared. Pinch myself on my arm and wake myself up, but it does not work. This is not a dream. I am cornered between the sound of nails scratching the floor behind me and the whispers of strange things in front of me. Oh, go up. I decide to go up and continue to the second floor. The ghost or whatever it is did warn me to about the other one. Sorry. I stare at the person as I get closer. I dash past the sobbing spectre, averting my gaze. Once they are out of my sight, I make it to a safe spot. I grab my throat. That was one of the most nerve-wracking decisions I have ever made. I pull myself together and continue my search for Shane. There's one thing I'm scared of, is these ghosts. They are not harmful, but they put a certain strain on someone's mind. They have never bothered me until now. Once I turn on off this hallway, I see someone approaching me from a distance. Judging from the dark clothing, I thought it was Shane, but then I hear the sound of metal dragging over the floor. When the person moves into the light of the window, I realize it is the Shinigami from before. Black smoke rises from each step he takes. As he gets closer, he raises his seat and menacingly drags the tip along the wall. Sinister appearance in combination with the sharp sounds frightens me. I quickly turn around and sprint in the opposite direction. I glance behind me to see if he is after me, but before long, his figure is engulfed by the shadows in the hallway. I guess he isn't after me, then, but I still don't know what he's doing here. Kurato ditched me to chase that Shinigami down, so maybe he's not too far behind. I'll wait for him here, or I'll wait here for him. I get in the classroom, out of the Shinigami sight. It is better not to move around at all. Perhaps Shen will cross this area at some point. Suddenly, I hear the door to the classroom sliding open. I manage to hide under a table in time. With my back facing the door, I can only hear them enter. I hope the darkness is enough to hide me. I hear the person walking carefully around, as if they are searching for something. My heart starts to pound faster as the footsteps get closer. They stop right behind me, and I hold my breath, praying that they do not find me. I wait nervously for the person to move again, but the room remains dead silent. I'm wondering if they have left when the table is thrown away from me, clattering loudly against some nearby chairs before crashing against the ground, leaving me exposed. Suddenly, I feel someone touching my shoulder. Scared, I scramble away from them. I have my eyes closed in panic. The familiar voice whispers to me, "Viviana, it's Blaze." I see a shadow moving in front of me, reaching out his hand. I take his hand and he helps me pull up onto my feet. What are you doing here? Saving you? What? Let's get out of here. He turns around and gestures for me to come along. His presence makes the puzzle even more confusing. Why did he came for me and not the guy he was after? Is after. How did he know I was here? You seriously expect me to believe that you came to the school in the middle of the night just to rescue me? Blaze? He continues to walk in silence. It is like he does not even hear my questions. In defiance, I stop and stay in place. He looks over his shoulder and raises an eyebrow. Why should I even go with you? Before, you told me I'd be in trouble if I got involved with you. Now you're acting like the good guy by saving me. You can think what you want, but seriously, come with me. You're such a handful. I'm just taking you to the exit. He walks over to me. His dark expression is not reassuring at all. I want to get away from him, but Blaze grabs my hand and forcefully pulls me along. Wait! I start to complain, but he does not let me go. It feels like I'm being kidnapped rather than saved. Many thoughts cross my head, but one thing is for sure, I cannot trust him. While struggling in his grapes, my nails snagging on his arm, layers of bandage become loose. Blaze slows down his pace and glances at me. What are you doing? I don't know why, but you seem like you really want to stay. Blaze sighs and drops my hand. Well, do as you please. Fixes the bandage around his arm and looks annoyed. I take this chance to escape before he changes his mind. I ran in the opposite direction of where we were heading to. In the next hallway, someone is standing under the lights. It is the Shinigami from before. I want to hide, but the Shinigami has noticed me already. We meet again, Diviana. Do I know you? Hey, your home is the other way. You really plan on staying, don't you? Chills run down my spine when I hear Blaze's voice behind me. No, I'm cornered between two scary and suspicious people. Oh, you're here too. Awesome, what a coincidence running into you, Blaze. Saves me the trouble of searching the hole all night. I wouldn't be here if you had actually tracking skills, Kaishi. Huh? That name? Yeah, we met at the library, foiled the mugging, you fell on top of me. Any of that ringing a bell? I guess I'm a little taller right now that you're used to, huh? Oh, and did I mention I'm a Shinigami? What are you doing at school? I've been tracking a zombie for the past few days, and I thought they were in this building. Zombies? What is going on here? Walking corpses that imitate the living. Place, you can't be... Kaishi glances over at Place with a suspicious look. Place, you can't be... dead? You've got the wrong idea. Then, is he the serial killer? No, zombie slayer? I don't know if you humans have a name for my species. I'm the guardian of Hell's Gate. I'm here because Kaishi can't seem to handle this problem on his own. This is my duty, and I don't need your help. You can return to the city with your brother, Blaze. I don't like being here either, but thanks to you, this village is on the verge of destruction. Oh, it's my fault? Hey guys, we all want the same thing, can't we work together? No! They both glare in my direction, fiercely against the idea. I do not understand why they dislike each other so much despite the fact that they have the same job. Supernatural creatures are beyond reasonable. Go back to... I love this so much. Go back to hell, I can't do it alone. You clearly can't. Just look how many people have lost their lives in the past few weeks. At least I wasn't conspicuous. The village will eliminate you if you keep forgetting to erase your tracks. She was suspicious of you even before you reveal yourself. Kaishi nods in my direction, confirming who he is referring to. Then Blaze pulls the bandage off his right hand, revealing dark and shiny skin underneath. His fingers contort and slowly grow into a black claw. Kaishi raises his seat. The metal shines in the moonlight, thirsty for blood. Still standing between them, I spread my arms to block their way. Stop it! You can't fight here at school. Don't worry, the damage will be done by morning. Though we can avoid this altogether if Blaze retreats. Ah, retreat? Like hell. Panic rises within me as they dash forward. It looks like nothing can stop them. As I step back to be less of a target, something flashes through the hallway. An arm suddenly wraps around my waist, picking me up. I get carried away as the two otherworldly creatures watch me with confused expressions. It takes a moment for me to realize it is Kurato who picked me up. What? Questions later! When we get a bit of distance between us and those two, he puts me down. He gasps for air, a little out of breath, before I can ask questions again, explain the situation. What? How did you forget that I have skills? It was easy to pinpoint your location once I realized you're gone. Please stop scaring me like this. It's not good for my heart. Shin already dealt with the target he was following. Apparently, it was just a zombie. There was only one, so that's taken care of. But now we've got a bigger problem. About that, did you know that your classmate Kaishi is a Shinigami? I figured it out when I went after him, but... He takes a deep breath and stares at the ground, clearly uncomfortable. I wait for an answer, but he avoids my glance. After a moment, I somehow force words out by poking him. Then give me the short version. It's a long story, and we really need to focus on getting out of here. Tell me the short version or whatever. Please, just leave it for now. I grab his thigh, yanking him down to my eye level, to give him a heated glare. He's definitely hiding something. There's no way I'm letting him hold out on me. Kurato's expression turns sorrowful. He places his hand on mine and whispers in a low voice. I did something bad. Which is, if we somehow make it out alive tonight, I will tell you everything. I promise, okay? And maybe this is so sudden, but my grip on his thigh loosens. My head is filled with confusion and curiosity. I wait for Kurato to say something, but he keeps his mouth shut. No, never mind. Let's go. Dropping the subject, he takes my hand and we both run down the hallway. I squeeze his hand to comfort him. Either Blaze and Kaishi are too slow, or they are not following us. Kurato looks around carefully and confirms the area is empty before speaking. Look, these guys are creatures of the night. Either we stay here and somehow survive until morning, or we get home as soon as possible. I'd rather get out of here. I don't think I can keep running for so long. It isn't like we are safe outside, but staying here increases the chances of getting cornered. Good, I was thinking the same. Anyway, it is highly likely that they will split up and look for us. If you can, distract whoever you bump into so I don't have to deal with both of them at once. I think you'll be fine, since they are not after you. We're going to play a big gamble, and I really need you. You make it sound like we're putting our life on the line. Don't worry, I'm the target here. He pats my shoulders and gives a confident smile. Uneasiness fills my chest. How can I be so relaxed at a time like this? I can't be the only one getting nervous. Tell me, Will anyone... Will anyone... hmm? Will anyone get hurt or die? If they haven't killed each other already, perhaps. Try to find an exit. I'll do the same in a different direction. Go after Kaishi or Blaze. If Shane has not left already, stick with him and share this plan. The situation gets worse, escape. Please be safe. He gives me a tight hug before we part ways. I watch him until he turns the corner. I should move on. I should move on too. My thoughts play scenarios of who I may bump into. Oh no, there is a little bit of nail coming out. Need to use the nail file. Let it be Kaishi. Distracting Kaishi would probably be easier since I know him better. The easiest prediction is that the exits are blocked. I can give a try and maybe bump into one of the guys. After a short while, I almost reach the exit, but no one is there. I choose to go in a different direction. Notice someone waiting. To my relief, it is Kaishi. He makes eye contact, but he does not try to grab or run for me. Oops. To run for me, I approach him slowly. Hey Kaishi, would you let me through? He answers with a simple nod and I divert his gaze. That was too easy. Seems like he allows me to leave, but not Kurato. We continue to stand for a while, neither of us budging. I guess he's staying here the whole night. Mission accomplished? No, I have to distract him from Kurato. I need to make sure he stays here. Are you waiting for someone? No, just admiring the hallway. The sarcasm in his voice is clear. Even though he looks so different, he is still the same Kaishi. I wonder why he is not walking around. Then I remember Blaze mentioning his poor tracking skills. It makes sense for him to stay in one spot. He leans against the wall and crosses his arms, probably bored of waiting. Glancing at me again, he speaks in a relaxed tone. Why don't you go home? I'm waiting for someone too. Who might that be? Someone. Did you know that I can read minds? You must be kidding. If you plan to escape with that guy, it's a worthless endeavor. I've locked all the exits. You two want to win this game. Hi Kiro, how are you? Someone's confident. No one escapes that. Everyone has to face it someday. I don't understand why you people look at it as a horrible thing. Death is a sort of taboo. Who knows, you know? It's not something I look forward to. Kaishi closes his eyes and makes no further comments. Since you're after him, what kind of crime has Kurato committed to deserve such a punishment? You don't need to know. Why not? Jeez, stop being so annoying, little girl. You can simply reveal someone's history. Who deserves some privacy, you know? You already know too much. He's my guard. If he's hiding something dangerous, isn't it better that I know about it? Calling me little when you barely reached up my shoulder in your tiny form. He twitches his eyes and moves closer. Standing so close, I can see how tall he really is. My eyes are not even level with his chest. When he bows down and speaks in a mocking tone, I take a step back. So Dudley not so mighty anymore? His tail sweeps around as he grabs the chin. Looking amused, I do not know what he's thinking, but it seems I have all his attention right now. Kurato will get here eventually. Since I get to speak with the real Shinigami, I may as well make the most of it. I didn't expect you and Blaze to know each other. I haven't seen him in a while. He said something about people dying because of you. You shouldn't take things so literally. It's not like that, okay? Then what is it like? Well, one way or another, zombies appeared in this village. They shouldn't belong in this world, or so someone had to deal with them. That's a part of my job. Then Blaze and his stupid brothers showed up and started taking out my targets. It'd be a lot less work if you let him help. But it isn't that easy. Any souls collected by that guy go straight to hell, while I send them on to another life. For that reason alone, I dislike him. Kashi lets out a heavy sigh and rubs his forehead. Then be faster about it. People are dying because of these walking corpses. I wish I could, but anyone bitten by a zombie can eventually turn into one. And I can tell if anyone's been bitten but hasn't turned yet. I can help. We're on the same side here. Besides, I think Kurato. His face clouds hearing the name. Everything seemed fine when they met in his younger form. I'm not certain what their relationship is. It occurs to me that Kurato and Shin hunt down supernatural creatures, and adding a Shinigami into the team could be a bad idea. Every time I see him at class, I just want to throw my seat at him. Of course, I can't actually do that during the day. I mumble softly to him until he sees my confused glance, combing his hand through his messy hair. He lets out a heavy sigh. Not a way to do the job, more of a personal thing. Believe it or not, I used to be human. Right up until Kurato got me killed. I've been looking for a chance at revenge ever since. So this guy was just like, death is inevitable, everyone will eventually die. But then he got mad when he died. Yes, it was not a nice one, but he's kind of being a little bit of an he's being hypocrite. But how was it Kurato's fault? I was just passing by when a creature he was fighting with stabbed me, and Kurato kept running. He was supposed to be my friend, yet it just... left me there to bleed out. Kashi's voice cracks with emotion as he speaks. Doesn't sound like he meant to hurt you. Does it matter what he meant to do? I meant to return books to a friend that day, but because of him, I didn't live long enough to do it. Doesn't sound like there was anything he could do, although he wanted to leave you there. My voice falters at the end of the sentence when I notice he's getting ever more moody. Did I go too far? I was only trying to distract him, but it seems to be making him agitated instead. To be honest, it is not my place to speak in the first place. At that moment, I hear a familiar voice calling my name. Turning around, I see Kurato approaching us, though I'm not sure whether to be happy about it or not. He has a strained expression. He probably heard our conversation. Why else would he be making a face like that? Kashi was telling the truth. How? You took your time getting here? Kaishi's lips form a devilish smile as it shifts his attention to him. I step aside, a little worried about what is going on and what is going to happen. Where's Blaze? He's gone for a while, but that is not important right now. I was more worried about your safety. Maybe you should go. Kaishi is... You're not getting away this time, Kurato. Kaishi immediately throws his seat at him. I'm shocked by his quick movement, but Kurato managed to dodge. The seat unexpectedly swings around like a boomerang, and the table and the blade stabs itself in his back. He clenches his teeth, trying not to scream. I'm surprised that you are not defending yourself. Perhaps you realize you deserve it? Kaishi, stop this. What's the point of fighting over the past? As if I could escape my own memories. Blood on your hands is a very beautiful color to remember. Don't tell me you've forgotten all about it. I wish I could forget. I never thought I'd see you again, Tenchi. Kaishi calls back his weapon, and stiffens when I see that it is dripping with blood. Kurato falls to his knees. I run towards Kurato to help him, but at that moment, Kaishi grabs my arm and twists behind my back. Kurato becomes frantic the moment Kaishi touches me. Wait, she has nothing to do with this. Kaishi leans forward to look at me, then back again at him. So that is how it is. Wait, we aren't... Let's make this more interesting. Either you accept your punishment, or I'll punish Vivian instead. Don't listen to him, Kurato. After my shout, Kaishi brushes a few strands of hair away from my neck. His fingers caress my skin as he whispers in my ear. Try not to move too much. I wouldn't want to hurt you by accident. My heart beats rapidly upon hearing these words. It is out of character for him to do this. I attempt to break from Kaishi's grip, but he holds me even tighter. Let her go. I'll do whatever you want. Kaishi looks up at Kurato's words and smirks. Suddenly, an invisible force sends Kurato flying back, as if he is eaten by something. His body loudly slumps against the wall. As painful as it looks, Kurato still managed to stand up. Drops of blood start to pool from on the floor below him. I worry if the wound on his back has gotten worse. He rubs his head and takes a few deep breaths before glancing in our direction. There is a furious look in his eyes. This is nothing. I've barely even begun. Kaishi shoves me back away from the fight. I would accept the beating as my punishment, but Vivian is right. This isn't the right outlet for your grudge. This is only between us. Forgive me, Kaishi. Kurato raises a hand and multiple magical circles appear in the air in front of him. In a split second, rapid beams of light burst from the circles going straight for Kaishi. The light is so bright that it almost blinds me, but Kaishi just looks annoyed. His seat materializes in his hands to show that he is preparing to block. Now that he is distracted by the attack, I quickly run to Kurato and put an arm around his waist to support him. Kaishi's coughing echoes down the hallway. He steps toward us with his seat. Resorting to shit tricks now, coward? You can't escape this time. Even if I don't finish you here, I'll catch up to you sooner or later. You're wasting your time on me. There are things you should be more concerned about. The zombie's already been taken care of. I have plenty of time to take care of you. Put his seat in front of him, ready for another attack. Never thought Kaishi hid his feelings within his heart, He looks like a different person now. Viviana, you should escape while I distract him. No way, we're sleeping together. Dragging a wounded person around will slow you down, or he might take you hostage again. Don't be stubborn in a situation like this. Before he can say anything else, I start to run, pulling him with me. Listen, I may have an idea. Do you have anything I can use to ward him off? Yeah, but... Good, give it to me. He starts to make me... He stares at me for a moment before pushing a few charms into my hand. Just throw them and you'll put a temporary barrier. Let me distract him. Be safe, Viviana. I explain my plan, and we split up in the nearest corner. I expect Kashi goes after Kurato. Expected. Adrenaline shoots through my veins as I turn through the hallways. With my head clear, I can navigate the building easily. As I am about to turn the corner, I see something dark moving in the distance. I get distracted for a second. Was it Blaze? Well, I have no time to focus on him now. I need to get to Kurato quickly. It does not take long for me to find Kurato and Kaishi. To my surprise, they haven't engaged in combat yet. I lay low and listen to their conversation. Please listen to me. We haven't had time to talk. They shouldn't have a chance because I was dead to you. You don't have a chance because I was dead to you. Think you survived this long? Are you immortal? No. Don't get that sense from you. Someone must have sent you through time. Don't tell me that guy made this mistake. In fact, he's here to send me back. But I can't go back yet now. Not until I have made up for my mistakes. I have so many regrets, and you're one of them. I'm not supposed to remember. I don't want to remember the past. It haunts me. If only we hadn't met that day, I wouldn't be cursed forever like this. Even now, I don't know what I should have done. I can't apologize enough for involving you and leaving Frank like that. Is that all you have to say? You have no idea what I have endured. You should have ended my life with your own hands. Kurato bows his head in silence, unable to notice when Kashi dissolves into smoke and reappears in front of him. Kashi grabs the front of his shirt, and I quickly ready the charms in preparation. Even now, you're still avoiding me. When we met in the elite class, you didn't do anything. Even if I have a different name and face, you should have recalled something. Did you really forget about me? I knew something about you felt familiar, but I hoped it wasn't you. Simply hoped you'd forget me if you were reborn. Kurato looks at the Shinigami. A broken smile appears on his face, and his cheeks are wet in tears. He has been holding back for so long that his feelings are spilling out. Even Kaishi is caught off guard and he loosens his grip. He slowly steps back. I'm blinking. You're not only one haunted by the past, Kaishi. I wish that I wasn't here either. But it's the guilt that keeps me going. I know you can never forgive me, and I'm not asking you to. But please, let me finish my duties for the sake of this village. I won't get in your way, and after that, you can have your revenge. His voice is trembling, pleading. Listening to him makes me breathless. His last words strike my chest, and I find my vision becoming blurry. Kaishi stays quiet for a while. He covers his face with one hand while his shoulders shake. I cannot see his expression. Slowly, he reaches for his earring, which transforms into a seat after he drops it on the floor. Hey, Kurato, what if... I hold the charm tightly and stay still. I want to see what happens first. Kaishi rests his weapon on the ground and raises his chin. You know, you're kinda pathetic. What? I can't believe I was so excited about killing you. I can't do it now, with you sobbing like that. Just really sad. I feel like I'm kicking a puppy. They say the hunt is more thrilling than the kill. I realize that now. Kaishi coughs and scratches his head. This encounter is nothing like I expected. No mention, no word, not even an acknowledgement of existence. Am I a joke to you? Again, we met at the wrong time and wrong place. When will it be the right time, the right then? Fine, I see how it is. You know what? I won't ever forgive you. Your bloody hands can't be cleansed as your history is set in stone. Continue living in this guilt, experience the frustrations I went through. Given enough time, you'll eventually come to see the oblivion as a mercy. Kaishi laughs to himself and draws his seat before Kurato's neck. Kurato freezes up at the movement but does not move an inch. His stare is locked on his friend. I've been looking for a way to lift the curse on my body. I can't find it in this village, so I might as well move on. I still haven't finished business with some souls here, but I'm going to leave it to you in place. Huh? I will decide your end when the time is ripe. Kurato looks at him speechless. I too cannot comprehend why Kaishi changed his mind. There's no guarantee I'll be the same person then. A smirk crosses Kaishi's face and he dissolves his weapon. He walks past Kurato, but stops right behind him. Your past won't stop haunting you, and it's not just me. No matter what you try, some things can't be fixed. I know. Sooner? Later? Who knows if we'll meet again? Kaishi gestures a short wave and dissolves into smoke. Once he's gone, Kurato sinks to his knees. I see the tension leaving his body as he casts a weak smile. I go over to him. Deviana? Don't let his words sink too deep into you. Kurato replies with a slow nod. Seeing his state, I cannot help but give a tight hug. He slowly stands up with my help and together we walk towards the exit. There are so many things I want to ask, but I do not know where to start. Well, that was an eventful night. How about we forget it ever happened? You won't escape from this, didn't you promise back there? Of course, I'm sorry. He looks away with a painful expression, though I cannot tell if it's from his wounds or something else. His background seems more complicated the more I try to understand about it. He seems so guarded about it too. I shouldn't push him. He has to decide on his own whether to tell me or not. I trust you more than anyone. But on the other hand, I'm scared. The more I'm attached to something, the more it hurts when I lose it. Why are you having such silly thoughts? Just occurred to me. I don't understand myself either. Honestly, there are many things I want to forget, but I can't keep running forever. This is not the first time I'm so indecisive. Kurato turns to me. His eyes seem to speak many words. Even I leans closer to me and proceeds to touch my hand, with my heart drumming on my chest. Never mind. Kurato draws back and chuckles lightly. Something irks inside me and I clench my fist. I grab Kurato's arm and leaning towards him, I flinch from my sudden move and steps back. I continue pushing against him until he gets himself cornered against the wall. I stand on my toes and lift my chin, drawing closer to his face. Kurato's eyes widen in shock, and our lips touch. Eventually, he closes his eyes and accepts my feelings. Once I release him, he still looks flustered. Do you still have doubts? He shakes his head heavily and avoids my gaze flustered. My heart is racing, but I act calm. I have no words to say as my actions were enough. Kurato rubs the back of his neck. He tries to break the silence by continuing our previous topic. Before, I only wanted you to see the good parts of me. I wanted to show you my best, not that it really worked, huh? I kept my distance because I was afraid of what you'll think of me. But in the end, it ended up making you more suspicious of me, didn't I? Duh, you won't explain a thing when I asked you what you were up to. You're way too secretive. What is the worst that could happen if you told me? Feels like you will abandon me. As if that's possible, when your duty is to stay beside me. I just have so many fears. I'll wait. I promise not to judge you. Kurato stays silent, thinking about it. Okay, and I'm ending here. It was also really loud. Okay, let me save. Let's quit the game. Change screens. Okay. Now, who is streaming? To who do I send you? Zero Zef on, Rosie is on. When was it? Was it yesterday? No, it wasn't yesterday. Was it yesterday? Days ago. Saw Boba on. No, I see Zella on. I don't know what she's doing, but she's doing something. Wait, isn't that guy from visual novel? Let's read Zella. So, I read. So here's the read message for who is. Yeah, she's okay. I'm right. Okay. She's doing it for Obey Me, okay. So the read message for who is sub, for who isn't sub is there. Thank you so much to everyone joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'll be back next week with more streams. So yeah, thank you so much everyone joining me today. I really appreciate it. And see you all next week. Bye bye.